Hey guys, it's your little buddy Mark, the Suburban Hippie Experimentalist. I haven't been with you in a little while. I'll just show you some minor things I did to the car today. We'll start with the Serpentine Belt. Now this car has about 74,000 miles on it. So I thought it would be time to go ahead and change the belt. So I did. I did it with a dayco Carquest belt for the Subaru by Dayco. Now the new belt's a little thicker than that. Now, having not done this belt before, I wasn't sure what I was getting into, so I looked online. So I kind of mildly read over something, and someone said it was, you know, kind of a bitch to do. It's not. It's just really easy. So here's your belt tensioner down here. It's a little bright out here, so let's see if you can see that. Hopefully you can see. I'm pointing to it right now. Here's the bolt for that. Let me show you how that works. Now when you untension this, you want to use a large socket so it's not hard for you to turn it. But just to untension it, you just put a 14 millimeter on that, and see, you push it back, and you see it's where the tension comes from. You can push it all the way back like this, and the last pulley that you put it on, you run it around everything, and the last pulley that you put it on is this one. And it's really a piece of cake. There's nothing hard about it. Now, I did find that every one of these bushings on these pulleys, these idler pullings, seem to have some slop in it, so I don't like that. So that's one thing I did. I changed the oil, and also I'm going to step back here out of the traffic so you can hear me. Let me step behind my trees. Okay, so I just did the let me step back here. I just did the rear wheel bearings in the Subaru. I did one of them myself, and then the other one I needed to take it to the shop and pay $500 to do because I just couldn't get it out. I tried for a day, I pounded on it, whatever. I couldn't get the other rear wheel bearing out. So both of those have been replaced. Now I was having like a kind of a rubbing, rattling noise on the left side, left front wheel. So I took it apart the other day, and I thought there was a chunk of rust in there. See, the car had sat for a little while, and a lot of times when a car is set, you can get rust built up around the rotors, and it can make a heck of a racket. But after that went away, it was still making the kind of dragging noise. So I thought it might be the brake pads were wore, and I looked at those, they looked fine, but I cleaned some rust out that I thought was rubbing in there, and it still was making the noise. So today what I did is I took the brake pads out, and see, the aftermarket pads that I put in, they were a little tight in there. They shouldn't really be as tight as they were, and I think what was happening is the brakes were working fine, right, because you get a lot of pressure from the caliper, but then the brakes pads should kind of back off from the rotors a little bit, and I think because it was so sticky in there, the brake pads weren't really backing off of the rotor, and it was dragging a little bit. So I sanded down the edges to make them fit a little better, and I retensioned the springs that are designed to kind of pull those pads back, for one, to keep them from chattering, but also to pull them back. So that's what I did today, and the video is what it is. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. There might be some things that I do in the future that might be helpful to you. Thanks again.